Alright, so it's time to take a stab at this plot again this year. I'm going to try to rebuild it a little bit. If you remember right, while I was building the house, me and Ryan got all of this dirt here, this big pile, and we stockpiled it here for this very purpose. So what I'm doing is I'm spreading it down at that end. That's really the good end already. So I'm just adding to it. Even if I can get half of this to grow decent, that's the area where I'm going to probably hunt it. On the downwind side, the downhill side. So I'm going to spread some of this with the Coyote, till it all in, and replant it with a fall mix and see how it does. So down here on this lower end, down in the lower spots, you get good sediment build up over the years, which tends to make better dirt. So I'm going to start spreading it from right about here back this way and just spread as much dirt as I've got. I will till this up. Right now there's a watering hole right in there. It's an old pig pond, but in looking at it, I'm not sure if they use it that much. Eventually I may put another one in here, who knows, but for now let's see if we can fix up this plot. Alright, I got that pile almost down to nothing. Like I'll have enough for well, probably a solid third of this field. Not quite half, but almost half. But it take a little bit at a time, man. Sometimes that's all you can get. Now the real trick is how good I am at tilling, because I got a really thin layer of dirt on here. I got the pile knocked down, about an hour of loader work, and I got a nice thin layer here of halfway decent dirt on top of the clay. Plus there's weed mat in there, plus there is vegetation from the clover and greens that I did have from last year. So I'm building a dirt base. If I till it just right, I'm going to have about an inch or two of really good dirt on the top. But it's not that easy to keep that tiller from digging down. So now the trick is a very light top tilling. Hey, Capper here. Here we are, August 25th. It's late into food plotting season. I'm behind, but since I'm so far south, I think I have plenty of time. So let me show you what I'm doing here today. That one plot that I blew up last year, I've had troubles with it. It's a clay hill all the way down. I decided I'm going to put some halfway decent dirt on it since I got the excavator and the dump truck, and I'm going to try and salvage it this year. So I'm down here by the duck ponds, all right, and I skimmed all these weeds off. I'm going to pull the top 1 or 2 feet of halfway decent dirt till I hit pure clay, load it up with the dump, take it over to that food plot. I probably only need 3 loads, maybe 4. Won't take very long. Spread it out over there, and then that one's going to get planted. It's in a very strategic spot where I think they'll hit that plot before they come out here in the big field. And it's close to the house where I can just walk to it. So it's very, very strategic. Alright, so I got the big bucket out. I'm just going to keep skimming it as long as it looks pretty much any color other than orange clay. You know, it's clay dirt, but as long as there's some color in it, some brown or some black, it's still a lot better than pure clay, and it will definitely grow, especially fall plots, because those will grow pretty much on a piece of concrete with a little moisture. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to continually make this duck pond bigger. I'm going to take all the clay out of here, and I got a big project up by the pole barn, basically to make a new driveway up there, a new parking pad for both of my trailers to keep them out of the sun, because they're not fitting in the pole barn like I thought it was. It's just too crowded with lumber and other stuff that I haven't got cleaned up. Rock and roll, baby. Oh, he lost me already. Come on, plane. Gotta do your part. There we go. Trace this whole round trip right here. It's not a very long trip, but it's an incredibly important trip for my well-being, for deer hunting. So I'm gonna have to pull the bird up in the air here. Kind of get an idea on what's what. That's the pig pond watering hole there. Okay, take a look at this stretch of woods here. Those of you that have watched my channel for a long time might have figured it out. Some don't. I don't do many random things. I'm usually thinking 4 steps ahead. This is why, one of the reasons I wanted a compact 4-wheel drive and only 12,000 pound dump truck. See how narrow this path is that I'm going to go in to get back to this plot. You start getting anything bigger than this and you're not going to get in there without busting this thing, you know, another 5, 6, 8 feet wider and 5 feet higher. So let's roll through the woods and get to this little micro plot. Almost took out a mirror there on a branch, but I didn't. Like that, a little drop spread action. Bam! That's on my to-do list, to teach myself how to drop spread gravel, because I will be doing it on the driveway. Looking good, baby. I can see it now, tucked deep in the woods. 30 minutes till complete darkness. 30 minutes of shooting time left. Out it steps. Almost shakes the ground. The horns are rubbing all of the branches and trees as he shakes it off. Steps right out in the clear view, takes a few bites. We'll see what happens after that. Maybe tonight I'll dream it up. Another nice drop spread. Well, I'll tell you what, if I have to do something, might as well be this kind of stuff, ain't it? It's hard to visualize that pond full. Seems like it's been now empty for so long that, I mean, I know it'll fill eventually, but it sure don't seem like it. All right, one round trip. One circuit. Let me give you a quick look at that food plot. So there's the big field there with corn, and I just planted a plot, and there's the deer tower that I moved. They're in there every evening. Down here, they're in every evening, but this plot here right there is very strategic, because I believe they will stage in it. They'll come and hit that, maybe even hit that pig pond watering hole, and I might have a crack at a big one right here. It's a good pinch point. Besides, you don't know until you try, so there's one round trip circuit of some good dirt. And at the same time making the duck pond bigger. Rock and roll. All right, now it's time to do a rough spreading with the dozer blade. This was a pile of dirt here. I brought either 5 or 6. I don't remember if I spread 1 or 2, but it's just a rough spread to get it somewhat flat, because then I'm going to till it all and mix it in.